Welcome, world. Welcome to another edition. It's the Stocks is Talking podcast with Ib and Getz. I'm your co-host, Ib. Getz, what's going on?
What's poppin'? How are you?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling lovely, actually. How's everything? I just made a big move, Getz. I just moved. I know this is the Stocks is Talking, but real life happens too. I just made a move across state lines. I'm out in Brooklyn, New York now.
Yep, you're doing it big.
Got closer to being back home to Boston, you know. Got a little bit closer up north.
Slowly but surely back here.
Yeah. I'll be there to visit. I don't know if I'm moving back to the Bend, because I don't know if I see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. But I'm going to visit often, and you need to come through.
I'll definitely be through, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully we'll be making our move out of Boston. You know, so we'll see what happens.
Hey, you know, go down south, come up here, either way. Let's get into it. It's been an interesting week for me when it comes to crypto. Doge, XRP, kind of caught my attention. Doge jumped up to at least 44 cents.
Doge
at one point.
Easy.
I think that was the highest it is.
46. I think it had like 46.
46, it could have been. We're going to fact check that as we talk. But point is, a lot of people made a lot of money last week. Yeah. Doge went up 400% or more.
Right.
So there was a lot of people, I'm not going to lie, a lot of people on my timeline were talking about Doge and talking about whether they're cashing out or not. Hitting big money, talking about buying Tesla, not a car, but buying out Elon Musk. Because the Doge jumped up. Like, that was a status I saw. So last week was the buzz. Dogecoin. I was in it. I made some bread. I didn't make that kind of buy Elon Musk out bread. I made something I'm still holding. You still in on Doge?
I got a little something in there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was it's crazy. Doge was one of them things where a lot of the people who aren't big and investing and all that stuff, they're the people who had some money in it and they were hitting. And a lot of people I know that's what they do is invest. They had it and sold it or never invested in it. And I was one of those people who I had it, I sold it, I bought a little bit back. And was looking at the numbers and it was like it was crazy because I'm looking at what I would have been hitting for if I never sold it.
Okay, when did you first get Doge?
I feel
like you might have told me about it, or maybe not. I don't know. You might not have told me about Doge. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think when I first bought Doge, I might have mentioned it, but it was 3/10 of a penny.
3/10 of a penny. Okay.
Yeah, 3/10 of a penny. I had 70,000 coins.
Oof.
70,000. And I don't know the number that I sold it at, but I know I made a profit. But it was well before this this craziness.
Guess. Doge is at what, 30 something cent?
Yeah, 31 cent right now.
Damn. That's what we call a serious momentum push up.
Yeah.
Because it took off.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying Doge is still primed to go much farther than it is. If you look at it, it's only at 30-something percent. And if you look at what it's being used for, and it's being accepted in more places. I noticed that I heard Amazon was considering it again, or at least contemplating whether or not they're going to accept Doge.
Yeah, aren't they?
Like that happens.
There's a petition going around trying to get Amazon to accept it.
Yeah.
There's the petition going around. So I guess 100,000 people have already signed a petition for Amazon to accept it. Who knows if they'll actually do it? I have my doubts about that one, but maybe they will. But
so is this an example of buy the rumor, sell the news? Is this a rumor right now of Doge?
You know what?
Which is why it's been taken off lately.
This was a crazy one because I don't know if that's how that would work with this one. It was so tough because if you look at it, I mean, you had to run up when it was fractions of a penny, and then it ran up to 7-8 cents, and that was already a big move.
That's when I got in, like 6 cents.
Yeah,
initially.
but then now the acceptance that it's gotten it's been so crazy, and it was so quick. It's kind of tough to say that this is one of those I forget what they call it, but it's like a sigma event or something. It's one of those things where it's like you can't even be mad at it. You can't be like, oh, you missed it. You as an
it's
investor,
something you can't really account for.
Yeah, you can't account for this one.
It's kind of phenomenon.
This was bananas.
Meme. Yeah, it's a meme. That's what it started out as.
It was a joke,
literally. And now they're saying it's top 5-10 digital currencies.
Even the people who created it are saying this is crazy. So what's that say to you? But it's getting acceptance, and it's unlike Bitcoin is a deflationary currency if it was going to be used as a currency, because there's only so many. It's a finite supply, right?
Okay.
With Dogecoin, it's a inflationary currency, right? Because they're mining. There's more Doge every day.
Okay.
So it's just like fiat money, just like the dollar, just like any currency where they just print more.
Mm-hmm.
Doge is like that, and even though they talk about putting a cap on it, they talk about they're gonna update it and there's gonna be a cap. Right now, there's no cap, right? So this is my thing was, all right, there's no cap. There's so many coins, and there's new coins every day. So how's it keep building? But now that it's
building and flowing and growing,
right? But it's got it's getting this acceptance, and it's still on the fringes of commerce, right? Because I mean, you got Mark Cuban is accepting it for the Dallas Mavs merch, right? And he's saying he's not going to sell none of that Doge, which I know we were talking about it last week, how they get quiet and they don't say nothing. But he actually came out and said they're not selling none of this. They're holding it. They're accepting it for the merch, and they said they've been selling. They said they just had like the biggest, the highest sales ever, with the Doge. So I mean that's what's up.
What other cryptos are out here being accepted in that kind of a massive, publicly brought to you by Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban? Like, who else is doing that with other cryptos? I know Bitcoin is big, and Tesla recently said we will start accepting Bitcoin.
Right.
Outside of that, I haven't heard a major company saying, hey, we're accepting this crypto and really talking about it the way Cuban's talking about it.
Yeah.
So that speaks a lot for Doge.
It speaks a lot. Opinion. Yeah. Because, when you look at other cryptos, you see they'll all have their own platforms. They have their own, their own utility, right? So you'll see cryptos where they'll be like, all right, if you shop through us, then you get our coin,
Yep.
But they don't have wide acceptance. It's just if you come through us, then you get this.
Exactly.
So
right.
So
it's not on such a massive scale,
right?
As a Mark Cuban kind of hey, we accept it at our arena.
Yeah, and Doge. I mean, it's still early, and but it's starting to be accepted at a certain place. So we're gonna see what happens with it. I know there's that push from the community for it to go to $1. And I sat down this weekend, which I haven't had much time to do lately, but I sat down this weekend and started going over charts, and I said, well, I'm going over charts, I'm gonna go over crypto charts, and I looked at the Doge chart, I looked at the Bitcoin chart, ETH charts, all that stuff.
So when you go into these charts, what site you using? Bar chart?
I actually was in I actually went through a few sites, but I didn't go on bar chart. I went through Webull, the broker.
Okay. Right, they have a good chart platform.
Yeah, Webull's actually pretty good. I was in Webull. I was in Robinhood. Even though I'm not a big fan of this, but they're actually better on a browser from PC based, which I found out recently. But so I was in a few others. I forget what the other ones were, but I was comparing a lot of things, and it's interesting to see. I mean, obviously, when they hit that high, you saw the ceiling, when when they were up in the 40s, and you saw it stall out. It's like, they hit that new resistance.
It did. It hit it hard.
It hit it hard, and then it came down. Down into the 20s. I think it was like 25.
I got back in at 27 cents.
Okay.
Bought a bunch more shares.
Okay. So, I mean, and you're up, because now it's over 32 right now. And I was actually thinking about it too, because I seen it. It hit that level where it stayed in the 20s, around 25 or whatever. And it's that support is holding. And that's a good sign. And
what does that tell you as an investor?
As an investor, it's that support is strong. So it's holding there. So maybe that's telling you that this is where you need to get in, before the next run up. I mean, right now we have consolidation. We're sitting in the 30s. It's kind of up and down, but it's kind of sideways, right?
Right.
So
but it's not
downtrending
a certain level.
Yeah, it's not downtrending through the level or anything like that. It's holding that level. That's a good sign. And it's getting that acceptance. So that's big. And congrats to everybody who's hitting off that. And I know a few people, and it's crazy because then it's like I said, the retail investor who's not really in it, but they just we're in a different era right now. So, the people who didn't invest before, that are investing now, those are the people who are hitting off this. I saw somebody's account the other day, and they were up 6 figures on Doge. Congrats to them. At the same time, people that I seen that have made it, they have 6 figures, 7 figures in the bank, who invested in Doge, who was like, it's a joke. They're the ones who are like, well, if I hadn't have sold it, I'd have 100K, but I did. Right. And that was kind of my same boat. It's like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I sold it, for pennies compared to what it is now. And, I think when I did the numbers the other day, and if I was holding when it hit its high, it would have been over 30 racks.
Ooh. Man.
And
that's a nice come up.
Yeah, and it was off a $250 investment.
Because you had it on pennies on the dollar.
Right. So, and that's crazy, but at the same time, because it's such a irregular event, it's so crazy. It's like, you can't watch that. You can't be like, I can't believe I missed this. You didn't hit for that money, so it wasn't yours.
But what you can do, and understanding what happened in terms of Doge went from, you had it at for pennies on the dollar to, what is it, 40 something cent was a high.
Yeah.
Now you can look at it bouncing off of this support level, and it's like, okay, now that this is bouncing off, maybe I can get in, because I see it's not decreasing beyond $25.
Right.
It's not going that low. So, and it's still cheap. 25 cents is still cheap when you compare it to, for me, I compare any crypto to Bitcoin. And that might be crazy for me to say, because Bitcoin is obviously the top money getter for crypto. But if I see crypto and I see Bitcoin as this model of a company and what that price can be, well, shit, 25 cent, 30 cent, yeah, let me get on that boat. If I have another crypto that's now talking about, you have Mark Cuban, Dallas Mavericks owner, talking about he owns his shares, he's not selling, and his arena accepts crypto in Doge.
Right.
That right there is a huge signal for me I can still buy now that I see it bouncing off of this level of 25, 26, then jumping up to 30. Okay, like me, I jumped back in at 27 cents. Like, okay, it's pulling back, let me jump in. Now it's up to 31, 32?
32. Yeah.
But I'm looking at, what was it a few days ago? It was at 40 something. It set a new level for it. Like, okay, I've seen this go to 42, so that is definitely feasible because we've seen it happen.
Right.
So it's possible for it to at least hit that number.
Right.
Well, if it hits that number, I'm going to jump in at 26, 27 cents.
Right.
And that can be a come up because I have a number to look at for what number have you hit in the past?
Yeah, you have your resistance and your support levels. It's proven.
It's proven.
It's proven. And it was the same thing when it was at 7-8 cents. You know, it ran up to 8 cents and then it came down and then it was sitting around 4 or 5 cents. It proved the support. It proved it because it didn't hit it and then just keep dropping and go back below a penny. It hit that support and it
bounced up.
And now it consolidated there for a while. And that
but it's built a new support,
right? And that's the crazy thing is when you see those support levels and you have consolidation is great. I love consolidation because you have consolidation and that's like a spring coiling up. You know, you have that consolidation and it goes on for a while. As long as it's not,
that's a good visual.
Yeah, as long as it's not downtrending. If you have this spring and it's coiling tighter and tighter and tighter, when it pops, it's going to be crazy. You know, and that's what we got.
Where it might go.
Yeah, and that's what we got. We got this crazy pop. And it was so amazing to me when I seen it because I just wasn't expecting that. I'm looking at a million other things. It's earnings season. I'm not worrying about Doge. I'm listening to earnings call. I'm doing all this stuff, and all of a sudden I'm looking at Doge, and I got on a phone call with somebody, and they're telling me how much they're up. You know, and I'm like, this is on Doge, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. You know,
man, I had a homeboy just show me one of his friends was profiting 43 racks off Doge.
Congrats.
And it's still so cheap. There's no reason to really sell now.
Right.
Now you can sell if you want to take profit and you're someone that really doesn't invest. You got in to see if you can make money and now you have.
Right.
Jump out. But if you're an investor and you see what this opportunity could be, yeah, you hold right now. It's 40, like 30 cents.
Yeah. Now, and my thing is, if you and this is actually something, you know, I heard somebody say this the other day. If you have life-changing money, take your money, right?
Of course. Yeah, that's a good point.
But you know, my thing is, if you're not big on investing and you're getting into investing now, and you're up 40,000, you don't have to take it all. But you know, but if you don't make six figures every year, if you're not just chilling, if you're not just comfortable in life, take some of your money and you can let the rest
take some profit off the top.
Right. Take some off the top, pay off your bills, all that, and then you can let the rest ride. But you're playing house money, you know, but then you just can't look at it. You can't look at it and be like, I could have had this, you know, because then you're gonna your whole trading, you know, you're just gonna ruin everything. You're always gonna have an issue because you're always gonna be looking back at what could have been, you know.
Right. And that FOMO will hit you and hit you hard.
Right. So
it'll be hard to shake. Yeah,
and if you've already hit 40 racks, you didn't miss out. You hit.
True.
So now the thing is, don't worry about what may happen. It's like, if you need it, take it. You know, if you need to take a little bit.
Don't be silly.
Yeah.
Don't be greedy. What's that saying? Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So a hog is someone you making so much money, it's ridiculous. Money that you've never made in your life.
Right.
But you're making it on this stock, this investment that you took a chance on. Don't get greedy. Don't be a hog.
Right.
A hog is greedy.
Right. Take a little off the top if you need to.
Yeah.
Take a little off the top.
If you need to.
Yeah. If you're already chilling, you're relaxed, this is play money, then leave it and see what happens.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
But if this is changing something about your life, take some off the top and take care of what you got to take care of.
Now, here's what I've been thinking when it comes to taking some off the top, because I've been looking at some investments in crypto. Like, should I take some? I'm letting them ride right now, but